As we mentioned, this man, Tamim Iqbal, has been a great servant for Bangladesh cricket over the years, and India, and love being the captain now.
Afif Hussain is the new batter. Bangladesh in all sorts of trouble. 22 years of age. He will need to do something special with the bat. Hasn't picked up a 50 yet. Bangladesh in search of a partnership. Bangladesh in search of someone who can just bat for a certain period of time where they do not lose wicket. This is how Shakib Al Hasan got himself dismissed. Unlucky, isn't it? Big inside edge onto the stumps.
Yeah, the which was offered. Shakib Al Hasan rightly went after that one. Just couldn't connect it. Also the pressure of losing wickets was also on the back of the mind of Shakib Al Hasan, but this man on screen has all the ability with the bat.
Well, he will be under tremendous amount of pressure, no question about that, Mazhar. No matter who you are. This is from a different angle, trying to reach out and chops it onto the stumps. He cannot believe his luck. And you need a little bit of luck. It's been brilliant from Farooqi, and now it's brilliant from Mujibur Rahman. Bangladesh after 8, 28 for 5. Last 5 overs, 13 for 3. Unbelievable. If you're a Bangladesh fan, look away for a while. 28 for 5. What a terrific start. Brilliant, absolutely magnificent from Fazal Haq. Farooqi, who's been spot on in terms of line and length. Yes, he's pushed few straighter one, just creating that angle to make the right-hander feel that yes, I can get the ball away from the right-hander. But his lethal one has been the one which has come back in to the right-hander. Yeah, he looks a special bowler. There you go, again pushing away from the off stump. He's probably trying to set him up now, because he's pushed 2 away from the right-hander. Will he just bring it back and bowl a little bit closer to the stumps? What do you reckon, Mazhar?
Got a fair amount of pace as well to back his skills, and yes, there's a slip, wideish second slip region, obviously for that ploy, moving that ball away from the right-hander and forcing the batsman to play those drives. At the moment, they can afford to do those experiments as well, looking for yet another wicket, maybe a couple.
Well, at the moment they're on the driving seat. Afghanistan down the leg side, short, and has been called a wide. 133 clicks there. Once in a while he'll test the batsman temperament by pitching it short. But he's been magnificent. Apart from that very first over, where he conceded 12. I think 4 was off the leg by, so he conceded 8 from the bat. And now he has figures of 4 for 15. Incredible, simply incredible. Crossover for a single. That they need to find a method to ensure that they see him off. You really cannot afford to give him another wicket.
Surely, and Afif Hussain just came to the crease. We'll have a look at the surface, adjust with the pace and bounce of the surface as well. Trying to build up a partnership. He's got an experienced campaigner at the other end. He'll also talk frequently with his partner, develop a partnership, look for those odd singles. 50 over format, there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to understand. Yes, okay, fine, it's not a great start, and losing wickets early on, never good for team. But you just have to find yourself a method to get set without losing another wicket, because if they lose another from here on, then I reckon it's going to be very, very difficult. It's a funny game though.
We've seen many occasions sides losing 4 or 5 wickets early on and go on to chase totals. We've seen Shakib and Mahmudullah involved in a great partnership against New Zealand during the Champions Trophy. That's played fine. Mujibur Rahman does well. The batsman will take a couple.
You played it late, letting the ball come on as close as possible, and then it's the wrist work from Mahmudullah. So much time left. Look at the required run rate. It's less than 5 runs in an over. So there is, in terms of runs, there's no pressure. Wickets? Yes. Too much pressure. Change of angles now. Decided to go round the wicket. In his 5th over now. Figures of 4 for 19. Lets it go to the keeper. 33 for 5. You can see now the contribution from Najibullah, Rahmat, Hashmatullah and Nabi is so very crucial, adding to a total of 215. But when you find a bowler who has the ability to pick up wickets, early wickets, then you're in business straight away, knowing that you can put the opposition onto the back foot. At the moment, Bangladesh on the back foot for sure. I just would be having a chat in between to just take time, just forget about the runs. Runs will come as long as we do not give another wicket for maybe next 5, 10, maybe 15, 20 overs.
That's a good shot, piercing the gap there. He won't get that a boundary. Fielder will cut it off. Nice way, middle the ball. Help him to gain that confidence.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that he hasn't scored a 50 yet, but what an opportunity. What an opportunity for someone like Afif Hussain. Bangladesh team feels that it's got loads of talent, and you've got to express yourself, especially if you are doing it under pressure. Can pay very rich dividends. Great opportunity for someone like Afif Hussain to make a mark. Again, just playing it late. This should go all the way. It does. A nice little bit of a flick off his legs to pick up his first boundary.
That's very good adjustment as well from Afif. Realized the fact that it was a quicker one from Mujib. Just use the pace of the ball, try to play that late and fine, and races towards the fence. You'll feel a lot better. And as you mentioned, if you take it as an opportunity, it actually changes the whole dimension of your thought process.
It will give him so much confidence if he can play a special role with the bat and ensure that Bangladesh go on to win from here on. We'll have to wait and see. After 10, 39 for 5.
Power play one done. Ghazi Sohail signals that. And it's been a very difficult 10 overs for Bangladesh. And it's mainly been very disciplined, very, very good left arm seaming options. And they've changed that option. Yamin Amidzai, he'll be coming from the Walton end. He's got 5 wickets. He's only played 7 matches. But what a start with ball in hand, Afghanistan. Bangladesh all to do. Faviz Maroof has settled down next to me.
Yeah, after the first spell of Fazal Farooqi, let's see how Yamin Amidzai, another Afghan quick running in from the Walton end.
Crucial to continue the good work, and he starts with a loose now.
Very important to keep up that pressure, which Farooqi and Mujibur Rahman has created there straight away. Experience of Mahmoud Al Riyad, the classness, got that, trying to hit too hard, the placement was key. And Mujibur Rahman and deep final had no chance. Not a good start.
And Mahmudullah, years and years of experience. He's out there trying to steady what has been a very rocked boat.
Much better, much better. 5 wickets fallen in the first power play. And to start with Litton Daz inside edge, brilliantly caught by Gurbaz. Reviewed, and that was overturned. And skipper Tamim Iqbal was plumb in front, as is Mushukur Rahim, ball coming in. And the youngster on debut, and no chance. And then loose stroke by Shakib Al Hassan inside edge. Mujibur Rahman, loss of 5 wickets. That's man on the screen. A brilliant 5 over spell up front.
Yeah, just looking at those highlights and you think, well, everything happened very quickly. It did. Bangladesh had no time to sort of reassert themselves, try and steady the boat. Left arm seamer, picking up wickets, and also Mujib. But now it's a different phase of the game. I guess if you look at it from a Bangladesh point of view, if they're able to get these runs, it'll be a David versus Goliath situation, because being 5 down at this point is always going to be difficult. But if you're able to get across the line from here, virtually anything is possible, and you can maybe bat a bit deep down the leg side. But from an Afghanistan point of view, to have started with such a standard of 5 wickets in the first 10, they'll want to continue that in the next 10 as well.
Rashid Khan's 10 overs, Eddie. That's how we're going to look at it. How the team, Bangladeshi batsmen and the rest of the batters going to counter Rashid Khan's ability. Aerial view of this beautiful Zorul Ahmad Chaudhry Stadium in Chattogram. Mohammad Nabi, old cunning, who doesn't really give anything away, bowl very economically. Work cut out the Bangladeshis. But as you said, small targets, 10 runs, 15 runs should be the way forward, going down the leg side easily. Slight appeal by the fast bowler. Umpire unmoved for a single.
Look at the target of 216 in the modern game. You feel, you know, one really decent partnership. Let's say you get a partnership of 100, all of a sudden, firmly, the momentum rocks your way. But it's the method of going in that direction. Afif, exciting young player, alongside the veteran Mahmudullah. But I agree with you, there's still a lot of spin to come from the likes of Rashid Khan, Nabi.
Out of the 15 wickets so far, this has fallen today, 11 has been picked up by the fast bowlers. The reputation, the last 5 games we spoke about it, 31 wickets. There's something up. If you get the right length, that's not the line. The good length though. Most of the time the bowlers have pitched in those corridor of uncertainty. They have been rewarded. And this time I think young Yamin Amidzai will do well just to hit those line and length just outside the off stump for a batsman who's still trying to settle down in the middle.
agree. The hard work or some work or responsibility has been taken away from you because they've picked up 5. Now you've just got to work your way into a spell. End of the over, 45 for 5.
ভাবি হরলিক্সের জার তো খালি হয়ে গেল, এখন এটাতে কি রাখবেন?
হরলিক্সের জারে হরলিক্সই রাখবো। এই যে হরলিক্সের সাশ্রয়ী প্যাক, কাটলাম, ঢাললাম, ভরে গেল।
বাহ,
হরলিক্স 500 গ্রাম সাশ্রয়ী প্যাক, মাত্র 295 টাকা।
কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে ম্যাঙ্গো, স্ট্রবেরি আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে। কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে স্ট্রবেরি, ম্যাঙ্গো আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে।
যেখানে আমি যাই রুচি সস আমার চাই, সবই মজা লাগে যে।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য তো টাকা জমাইতেই হইব, তাই টাকা জমাইতেছি আইডিএলসিতে বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া।
বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়ে আইডিএলসিতে টাকা জমবে, বাড়বে নিরাপদে।
সাদিয়া লবণ যে আবেশে হারাবে মন। দুধের সব গুণাগুণ নিয়ে 3টি মজাদার স্বাদে প্রাণ লাচ্ছি। প্রাণ লাচ্ছি, খুব খাচ্ছি, আরাম পাচ্ছি।
সন্তানের সুস্থতার জন্য বসুন্ধরা ডায়াব্যান্ড, ওর ভালোর জন্য।
Forms in.
Oh, she started with the leggy on that occasion. Quick through the air as well. That last delivery, 92 kilometers. And what he does, he beats you through the air, doesn't he?
Into sling. Only 4 fielders in the leg side. Shot this time. Oh, outside edge. Very unlucky Mahmoud Riyad. It was there to be hit. Thick outside and a good catch. It came up so quick. The reflection was brilliant by the slip fielder. Looks like Gulabdin Naib.
Oh my goodness. You wouldn't expect to perhaps get out in this manner to Rashid Khan. It's a half tracker. But I think that wicket needs to be given to that slip fielder who has taken an absolute blinder, because that went quickly and it went low and it's seen the back of Mamadullah for 8. It's 45%.
প্রতি 2টি শিশুর মাঝে একটি শিশু ক্যাভিটির সমস্যায় ভোগে। ওকে দিন পেপসোডেন্ট, যা অদৃশ্য ছোট ছোট গর্তগুলো সারিয়ে তোলে, ক্যাভিটি থেকে দেয় সর্বাধিক সুরক্ষা, যাতে ও আত্মবিশ্বাসী হাসি নিয়ে বেড়ে উঠতে পারে আর পূরণ করতে পারে ওর স্বপ্নগুলোকে, কারণ প্রতিটি হাসি অমূল্য।
ব্যালেন্স রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন? গ্রামীণ ফোনের রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে। যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই, সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছি বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
গুড লাক ব্ল্যাক ওপেনের টাংস্টান কার্বাইড চিপ ও বিশেষ কালিদায় পরিষ্কার ও দ্রুত লেখার প্রতিশ্রুতি। গুড লাক ব্ল্যাক ও না লিখে যাবে কোথায়?
Honda X-Blade, Street All-Rounder.
কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে ম্যাঙ্গো, স্ট্রবেরি আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে। কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে স্ট্রবেরি, ম্যাঙ্গো আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে।
শুরুটাই যদি ভুলভাবে হয়, তাহলে কি আর শুরু হবে কোনো লং লাস্টিং স্টোরি? কুল বডি স্প্রে, 4টি লং লাস্টিং ফ্রেগ্রেন্সে। ভুল করো না, কুল করো।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য তো টাকা জমাইতেই হইব, তাই টাকা জমাইতেছি আইডিএলসিতে বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া।
বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়ে আইডিএলসিতে টাকা জমবে, বাড়বে নিরাপদে।
স্টিকি অ্যাডিসিভ, জোড়া লাগায় সবকিছু।
Difficult position these two young men find themselves, Mahedi and Afif. But somehow they need to muster anything. And I think the most important would just be time in the middle. Don't think too far ahead. Don't even think of trying to chase the runs down. Play each ball and just bat as if you're out in the nets. Yes, there's pressure around you, but if you continue to think about the pressure and keep an eye on the scoreboard, that then elevates to what you're going to do out in the middle.
Simple message. Just bat. See where the situation will take the game. Yes, the two young men have not and experience in facing this much of top-class bowling. Huge appeal. Looks like a leg buys, 4 runs. Interesting to see if they're going to take the review. Yes, I think they have taken the review. Naked eye. I think it's down the leg
TV
side.
umpire to director, we have a review for LBW. Original decision is not out. Start with. It's a fair delivery. Move on to fountain spin vision, please. Can you give the font on slowly? Let's move forward, move forward. There is a flat line when ball pass the ball. Bat, can I have ball tracking when you are ready? Pitching outside, go back to on field.
Yeah, they've lost that review as that ball was pitching outside the line of leg stump. So Rashid Khan was absolutely convinced that that was going on and pitching in line and going on to the stumps. Unfortunately, it is not to be for him. Fortunately for Bangladesh, it brings up their 50. Having a team down, 6 down for 50, I'm not sure why you would need a long on out at the fence. I would put him up in the circle and continue to apply the pressure. Very first over, he's already picked up a wicket, Rashid Khan. Yeah, and it'll allow Bangladesh to maybe rotate the strike. 12.
চ্যালেঞ্জ আসতেই থাকবে, কিন্তু আমি থামবো না। নিউক্লিয়ার ম্যান আমাকে খুশকি থেকে দূরে থাকতে সাহায্য করে। এর ট্রিপল অ্যান্টি ড্যান্ড্রাফ টেকনোলজি খুশকি দূর করে এবং বারবার ফিরে আসা বন্ধ করতে সাহায্য করে, আর নিয়মিত ব্যবহারে 99% জীবাণু দূর করে। লুকানোর দিন শেষ।
মামা একটা ছবি।
আচ্ছা চল, রেডি? ওহ জোস।
মামা ফেস কই?
রোদে তোর ফেসের যে হাল তা কেটে দিয়েছি। ও মাম্মা, বডিটা তো ভালো, কিন্তু ফেসের কি হলো?
গ্লো এন্ড হ্যান্ডসাম এর মাল্টিভিটামিনস ও ইউভি ফিল্টারস দেয় রোদ থেকে দ্বিগুণ ব্রাইটনেস প্রোটেকশন।
ফেসের যত্ন নাও, রোদের ড্যামেজ ঠেকাও।
প্রতিদিনের জীবনে ভালো অভ্যাস গড়ে তোলার মানে জীবনকে দেয়া একটু বেশি কিছু, আর এই ভালো অভ্যাসগুলোর একটি হোক প্রতিদিনের খাবারের তালিকায় বসুন্ধরা আটা ময়দা সুজি, কারণ এই লো ক্যালোরি আর লো কার্ব আপনাকে রাখবে হালকা আর বাড়াবে রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা। বসুন্ধরা আটা ময়দা সুজি, প্রতিদিনের শুদ্ধতায়, প্রতিদিনের সুস্থতায়।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছি।
Camper through for a single. Ahmedzai's first over wasn't quite as good as Faruqi's on the way he started. This is perhaps how Bangladesh need to look at it. Whenever runs are available, take them.
Good understanding among the two youngsters, Mehdi Hassan and Afif Hussain. This is what the two youngsters should be doing. Rotate the strike. Think too hard, too long, too big. Go through the motions, do the hard work in the first half an hour, and then see where the game takes you. Enough tough work with facing Rashid Khan's and Mujibur Rahman's and Fazal Farooqi. Keep it really simple, just bat, because historically says wicket-taking bowlers, they don't take wickets, wicket don't come, they try to take your wickets, and that's where the bowlers leak runs. Play to that game plan, I think still Bangladesh has a chance.
Yeah, young man there is having an absolute field day. The way he's bowled with purpose and reward as well. That's loose. But it's there to hit, so the mindset is there to sort of cut that through the offside, but perhaps the way he's then tried to do it isn't quite been effective.
With the foot movement, nowhere. I think Mehdi Hassan Miraz got to move either front foot or the back foot. It's not going to happen, but still there is some bounce. I wouldn't say movement by Ahmad Zai, but the lengths have been brilliant with its tall releasing points. It's good to get that bounce. Moving your feet is very important for a low order batsman.
On that occasion, in a better position. Just for the one.
The stadium have had many fast bowlers picking up and lacking to bowl here. That's some tiny tinge green, which helps the fast bowlers, to, even with the older ball, to get that bounce, dig it in. That's exactly what the fast bowlers have done.
Well, those are the next in. Sends a clear message that these two young men need to take Bangladesh deep. Need to take them as far as possible. Not going to be easy. But just the pressure of knowing that the next man in is Mr. Fiz, Sharaful, and then Taskim Ahmad. Taskim Ahmad, he can bat. Didn't he have a test 50 against Zimbabwe? So he can stick around.
Trust your instincts, trust your partner, just bat. We've seen funny things happen in cricket.
Changing angle. Come round the wicket. Neatly played. 53 for 6.
অরণি, তুমি নিজের চুল সামলাও। গরম ঘাম তোমার চুলে শাইন না নষ্ট করে দেয়।
চুল সামলাবো, শাইনও করব। সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন 5টি ন্যাচারাল অয়েল ফর্মুলায়, যা গরম হোক কিংবা ঘাম, এটি তোমার চুলে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। চুল সামলাবো, শাইনও করব।
2 বছর পর আবার স্কুলে যাওয়া শুরু করেছিলাম, কিন্তু নতুন করোনা ভাইরাসের কারণে স্কুল আবার বন্ধ হয়ে গেল। এভাবে আর কতদিন?
শিশুদের স্কুলে ফিরতে সাহায্য করা এখন আমাদের হাতে। ভ্যাকসিন নিন,
মাস্ক পরুন
এবং লাইফ বয় বা যে কোনো সাবান দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে নিন।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছি বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া, আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
ব্যালেন্স রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন? গ্রামীণ ফোনে রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে। যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই, সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়।
দেশি পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপির কম্বিনেশনে তৈরি প্রাণ মিলি সস, সসের বস।
ক্ষুধা লাগলে কি খান?
ব্যাটিং ইনিংসে না বোলিং ইনিংসে?
ব্যাটিং ইনিংসে।
অল টাইম বান।
আর বোলিং ইনিংসে?
অল টাইম বান।
অল টাইম বান, ছোট খিদের বড় সমাধান।
Maybe that right leg. We'll see if he comes back. Something to just keep your eye on. Oh my. Left turn.
Mehdi Hassan did the right thing, played down the line. Didn't go fishing just outside the off stump. That's the ability and experience of Rashid Khan setting up the batsman. Watch out for the googly.
That's naughty. He preferred to be bowling to the right-hander.
Usually Rashid Khan sets high standards in the field. It's field by himself. I would have loved to bowl more deliveries towards the right-hander. The most deadly is googly coming in. Slip fielder for the left-hander as well.
Nicely bowled, but I still cannot believe he doesn't have mid-off and mid-on up in the circle. Picked up 6 wickets. Surely your message should be fortified in the way that you're attacking and how it looks in that 30-yard circle.
That's what Tamim Iqbal did really well. He was captaining. Made sure that every time the new batsman came in, kept on the pressure by having at least one of them. In this case, skipper Shahidi taking the easy route by having both men saving the boundary, being a bit reactive than proactive. Sometimes as a captain you've got to take that risk. Very well run. The through batters slightly short. That's more than enough for Rafiq Hussain to punch it towards a cover point.
You see, you can try and protect the square boundaries because of those particular deliveries, because if that man's out there, it runs away for 4. But if you're trying to use your feet and hit down the ground, somehow you may create a gap between pad and bat. And you have to be very making. 3 off that over.
ওয়াও, পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি? না তো। তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে? গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে। শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি? এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
What a drink!
স্যার এটা ড্রিঙ্কও নাটা জেলি আর পানীয়র অসম কম্বিনেশন। এটা চাবান পানীয়, নট জাস্ট আ ড্রিঙ্ক।
ড্রিঙ্কো চাবান পানীয়।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছে বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া, আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
যেমন ঝড়ঝড়ে তেমনই সুগন্ধ আর স্বাদ।
বাহ,
তাই আমাদের সবারই আস্থা চাষি সুগন্ধি চিনি গুঁড়া চাল।
Saudi Extreme. Enjoy smooth speed.
ব্যালেন্স রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন? গ্রামীণ ফোনের রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে। যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই, সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছে বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া, আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে ম্যাঙ্গো স্ট্রবেরি আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে। কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে স্ট্রবেরি, ম্যাঙ্গো আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে।
সন্তানের সুস্থতার জন্য বসুন্ধরা ডায়াপ্যান্ট, ওর ভালোর জন্য।
এত খরচের বাজারে মানুষ একা সংসার চালায় কিভাবে? 2 হাতে করলে সহজ হতো না?
তেমনি দুজনেই যদি রোজগার করি তাহলে সংসার চালানো সহজ হয়ে যেত না। আমি কাজ শুরু করব কাপড় সেলাইয়ের। একসাথে হুইল 2-in-1, কাপড় ফ্রেশ, চিন্তাও ফ্রেশ।
Honda X-Blade, Street All-Rounder.
আরে এগুলো কোনো কথা চলতেই থাকবে, কারণ মাস জুড়ে কল রেটে বাংলালিংক কি সেরা। 47 পয়সা মিনিট, 109 টাকা রিচার্জে।
RFL CPVC Pro Pipe and Fittings, যা পরিবহন করতে পারে সর্বোচ্চ 93 সেন্টিগ্রেড তাপমাত্রার যে কোনো উত্তপ্ত লিকুইড। RFL CPVC Pro Pipe and Fittings, the hot option.
ফেস করো সারাদিন ড্যাব ড্যাব ড্যাব, মিস করো ফান আর কতদিন ড্যাব ড্যাব।
অয়েলি স্কিন, এই নে পন্ডস অয়েল কন্ট্রোল ফেস ওয়াশ। এর সিলিকা বিটস টেকনোলজি ত্বকের গভীরে গিয়ে অয়েল শুধু ক্লিনই করে না, ভেতর থেকে কন্ট্রোলও করে। অয়েল ফ্রি তো টেনশন ফ্রি।
গুড লাক বেশকালিদায় পরিষ্কার ও দ্রুত লেখার প্রতিশ্রুতি। গুড লাক ব্ল্যাকো, না লিখে যাবে কোথায়?
এই শিক্ষকরাই তো আমাদের সুপার হিরো। তাদের সাদা কাপড়কে প্রতিদিন দাগহীন উজ্জ্বল রাখতে এলো নতুন সুপার হোয়াইট। এর শক্তিশালী সুপার এনজাইম দূর করে ময়লা, ঘাম, গ্রিস, স্যুপ বা চায়ের দাগ। সাদা কাপড়ের সুপার হিরোদের জন্য নতুন সুপার হোয়াইট।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছে বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া, আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
এখন লাইফবয় শুধু ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে সুরক্ষাই না, সাথে দেবে 300 টাকা মূল্যের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ ফ্রি। প্রতিটি প্যাকের সাথে পাবেন রবি হেলথ প্লাসের সহযোগিতায় 300 টাকা মূল্যের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ একদম ফ্রি। একটা মিসড কল দিন এই নম্বরে, করোনা ভাইরাস থেকে সুরক্ষা আর ফ্রিতে ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ শুধু লাইফবয়।
One was a big one, as well as this one. Mahmoud Riyad and Shakib Al Hasan. Brilliant. This man on screen, Fazal Farooqi, 4 wickets up front with the new ball. Any captain's delight to have a fast bowler who swings with pace.
I'd have been really loved to be in that huddle at that drinks break if I was in the Bangladesh camp and hear what the conversation would have been to these two batters. I presume it's what we've spoken about. You know what? Don't think too far ahead of yourself. Just take every chunk out of the overs, take every chunk out of the runs available, and don't look too far ahead. And also just keep an eye on how the captain has continued to allow you to score freely, both sides of the wicket and to the spinner down the ground.
Neatly played by Medias and Miraz. This goes to show someone who could bat a brilliant technique. Yes, I agree with you there with Mohammad Nabi. He's making sure that he's trying to get the run rate high. And a different captain in these circumstances would be thinking to bowl them out. Especially when you have bowlers like Mujibur Rahman himself, the captain, Rashid Khan, saying that these two youngsters, as we spoke about the win or the lose, just bat. Play for your pride. You never know, we have spoken about it. It as it comes, and have those small targets, 10 to 15 runs, another single towards sweeper cover, 10-15 runs, probably 20 runs, and eventually make the Afghanistan feel a little uncomfortable. Come to that level, the game is yours.
Well, that slow-mo can tell you and show you exactly what he's capable of. His son, he's got a test match 100. Again, game of very small margins for them. Slip still in place. Good piece of fielding, excellent. Just throwing their bodies around. I think it's the substitute.
A brilliant bit of fielding. And also, just to add the point what I just mentioned, it's a long series, 3 ODIs, 2 T20s. The first game you need to show. Long series coming up ahead. Put up a fight. Don't give up at the first game itself. Take it to the second game. The third game is all important. Super League points coming in. Play the second game, even though Bangladesh go from anywhere from here. Please have that momentum going forward for the second game. Those are the little motivations that these two young batsmen got to be carrying forward.
That's played nicely, makes a good sound off the back, but just for the one. The other aspect of this is that at some stage Bangladesh won't be 59 for 6. There could be 140 for 6, trying to chase down a 240 further down the road in a year's time, in a crunch game, or even in a World Cup. And these two batters are out there, and this specific period could actually give them a learning curve of how to temper the innings and turn it around and perhaps get their team over the line. However, this is a long road, a very long road from here.
Do the learning, doing yourself in the middle will take a long way. Yes, these two batters have a huge future for Bangladesh cricket. This is where they start.
Still another single. 4 off it, it's 60 for 6.
ইন্টারভিউ শুরু করা যাক। হোম মিনিস্ট্রি চালাই তো ফ্যাক্টরি কেন নয়?
ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি যুক্ত নতুন রিন, যা আপনার আর আপনার কাপড়ে আনে নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা।
স্টিকি অ্যাডিসিভ, জোড়া লাগায় সবকিছু।
ব্যালেন্স রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন? গ্রামীণ ফোনে রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে। যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই, সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়।
অল টাইম ব্রেড তৈরি হয় সম্পূর্ণ হাতের স্পর্শ ছাড়া।
Really under a lot of duress. These two got to ensure that they build up the resistance that is required. Build up a partnership. The previous commentators were emphasizing on the fact that despite the situation, if they batten down, build up the partnership, just look forward, not too far forward. It's going to be a difficult task, but they've got to keep their cool. Not in a good position, was he?
Surely. And Bangladesh must be feeling the pressure. But with these two batsmen out there, they've got all the abilities. A new start as well for Bangladesh. They've made 7 changes from the previous Zimbabwe ODI series they played. 4 uncapped players in this squad. It's kind of a new beginning, and these two young guys can put that forward.
Well, both will just be telling themselves that we've just steadied the rocking boat, build up this 17-run partnership. It doesn't matter in how many balls it has come. It's a question of just frustrating the bowlers to a certain extent, play the ball to its merit, and then go forward. That's going to be pitching possibly outside the line of leg. Half a shout there.
Required run rate is not the pressure here for Bangladesh. It's the wickets they lost, and they can afford to play a few more deliveries to Rashid Khan.
He slapped that away, and that's going to race towards the boundary. The loose delivery and opportunity for him to put it away. Pressure relieving shot. N16.
বিশ্বমানের প্রযুক্তি নিয়ে প্রথম বাংলাদেশের পতাকাবাহী এলপিজি ক্যারিয়ার বসুন্ধরা এলপিজি চ্যালেঞ্জার। ৪৪,০০০ মেট্রিক টন সক্ষমতার বিশালে জাহাজ আমাদের গর্ব, আমাদের সকল গ্রাহকের অধিকার। বসুন্ধরা এলপি গ্যাস, ভরসা রাখুন, স্বাচ্ছন্দ্যে থাকুন।
নতুন ক্লোজ আপ ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে, যা মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে, জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয়, দেয় সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। ক্লোজ আপ 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
অল টাইম ব্রেড তৈরি হয় সম্পূর্ণ হাতের স্পর্শ ছাড়া স্বয়ংক্রিয় মেশিনে, যা পুরোপুরি জীবাণুমুক্ত। খাবার টেবিলে পরিবেশন করতে পারেন নিশ্চিন্তে। অল টাইম ব্রেড, অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে ম্যাঙ্গো, স্ট্রবেরি আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে। কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে স্ট্রবেরি, ম্যাঙ্গো আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ। ফ্রুটফিল, আসল মজা ভেতরে।
Some fight with their backs to the wall. Solidly behind. That is what they've got to do. Pay respect to the good balls, and once a loose one comes your way, as it did in the previous over, the last ball, Afif Hussain was ready for it and played a delightful looking shot. It was tad high initially, but he hit it pretty hard. It will relieve a lot of the pressure. Rashid Khan didn't like it.
Was that a drop catch as well? There was a fielder at cover region. There was in the air for a while. Maybe he got a fingertip on it.
Riding that very nicely. Very, very good looking shot. Very compact at point of impact, and 4 runs.
This is what he is capable of. Look at that shot. It's a proper cricketing shot. There was width offered, but look at his elbow. It was high. It was right behind that ball and played that into the gap. The boundary started to come, so the pressure will start to release as well.
I don't think they should be too worried about whether the boundaries come or not. It's imperative that they do not lose another wicket. They just cannot afford to get carried away. There's a typical retort from a pace bowler once you're hit for 4.
Some glare as well from the bowler. Mehdi Hasan Miraj having a chat with his partner. They'll go for it whenever there's offered, no matter whether we lost 6 wickets or not.
Well, I don't see the point of that actually. If you try to attempt a pull or a hook, more often than not, you might not be in control of the shot. So frustrate the bowler, even with the short pitch deliveries. Duck, sway away. With that kind of delivery, the width offered and the length on the shorter side, you can pounce on that, and you can put that kind of delivery away for a boundary.
That's what I was talking about. Whenever there's width offered, he will lash onto it, and the boundaries will once again feel the batsman a lot better, and all of a sudden the fielding side would feel down, and now the fielders will spread and they'll look for the singles.
Just moving smoothly into this partnership, but always in the back of their mind that it's a long way to go. Be a little more selective. Disastrous start by Bangladesh. Just put that amount of excessive pressure on these two batters. They've got to balance out their approach in the proper manner. And what those boundaries did was just make the bowler deviate in line, getting to try different things, and the process allows that single.
9 runs of the over so far, and the 2 boundaries suddenly open the gate for the batsman. Still a long way to go. They're chasing 216. Both the batsmen look set now.
Afif Hussain on a couple of occasions has been flexing his muscles, he's been stretching when he's at the non-striker's end, and even before he comes into bat. Oh, he's got a hold of that, and it's gone the distance. It was short, he seemed to have been ready for it. Wonderful swivel round for the maximum.
আপনার চুল কখন সবচেয়ে বেশি ঘন ছিল?
যখন চুল পড়া শুরু হয়নি।
চুল পড়া চুলের ড্যামেজের লক্ষণ। ট্রাই ডাভ হেয়ার ফল রেস্কিউ। এই নিউট্রিলক্স সিরাম আর 1/4 ময়েশ্চারাইজিং মিল্ক চুলের ভেতর থেকে পুষ্টি যোগায়, চুল পড়া কমায় 98% পর্যন্ত। আনবিটেবল হেয়ার ফল প্রোটেকশনের জন্য ডাভ হেয়ার ফল রেস্কিউ এখন মিনি প্যাকে 16% এক্সট্রা ফ্রি।
এই বড় হকে স্বাগত জানাই রিগাল ড্রেসিং টেবিল। রিগাল ড্রেসিং টেবিল, এলিগেন্ট সব ডিজাইন ও পারফেক্ট লেকার ফিনিশিং। রিগাল ফার্নিচার, ফার্নিশ ইওর ড্রিম।
ব্যালেন্স রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন? গ্রামীণ ফোনের রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে। যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই, সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়।
Open up with Pranab.
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা।
Rashid Khan, 1 for 11 of 3. Got to be a little circumspect in your approach whenever Rashid is bowling. There are all those wonderful varieties of balls that he delivers. You ensure that you watch the ball at point of release.
The 6th of the previous over from Afif Hussain. It was short, but he connected that really well. Look at that, right at the meaty part of the bat, and it went all the way. Got ample time to go on the back foot and just launch onto it.
That's good cricket. Just tuck the ball away, just keep the scoreboard rotating. Frustrate the bowler. 38 of 37 this partnership work now, slowly clawing back from the hole that they dug for themselves earlier. Quicker, see, even Rashid Khan is forced bowling, and that pace is used very nicely with a little push past the bowler.
That's very sensible batting as well from both the batters. The Rashid Khan release point today, he's mixed it up really well with those wrong ones, and those paid dividend over the years for these champion leg spinners.
Always the googlies that he bowls much closer to his head, as he's bowling the ball from the back of the hand, and you want that little bit of an angle created with the ball being closer to his head at point of delivery. He played that very, very well, but there's some protection in the deep. A single, that ends the 18th over, 85 for 6.
গোলাপের নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স।
যেখানে আমি যাই প্রতি সস আমার চাই
সবই মজা লাগছে
দেশি পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপির কম্বিনেশনে তৈরি প্রাণ মিনি সস সসের বস।
ব্যালেন্স রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন? গ্রামীণ ফোনের রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে। যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই, সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছি বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া, আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
সন্তানের সুস্থতার জন্য বসুন্ধরা ডায়ার ব্যান্ড, ওর ভালোর জন্য।
Game of glorious uncertainties and Bangladesh forced into a stuttering start. But here's another exponent of the art of bowling, Mohammad Nabi, with all his wealth of experience. Once again, the batters, despite the fact they've put up a 40-run partnership, just have a close look what Nabi is achieving off the wicket, what he's trying to do. Wait for the loose balls. He's tempting them straight away with the floater.
Also about keeping the momentum in your favor. These two batsmen looking really good, striking those odd boundaries and also looking for the singles and doubles. It's important to keep the momentum on your favor. There will be bowling changes, but what they need to do is build up a partnership. They've already gone past 41, a runnable partnership here on.
A little bit of an advantage, if you can call it an advantage, is the left-right combination. Always makes the bowler wait, changes angles, changes fields. So also a little bit of pressure on the bowler. This partnership needs to take them deep into the innings. Nicely past the bowler.
That's nicely worked away as well by Medes and Miraj. Mohammad Nabi having that mid-off fielder up at the circle for the right-hander, tempting the batsman to play through the cover and mid-off region.
Just changing the field, bringing the slip in for Afif Hussain. Solid block. That's what you need. Two fielders at long on and long off. Can't understand their position. Don't think the Bangladeshis are in the frame of mind to try and go long over the top. As I speak, that long on fielder is being brought into the circle at mid-on. Good ball, almost crept through, bit of an inside edge.
That's the experience of Nabi that he brings in. Angle towards the left-hander, just bought the fielder from long on, and once again flighting that one, asking the batsman.
Chops that straight to the fielder. But I tell you what, they might just have been only 2 runs in this over, but they can tell themselves, we'll play the ball safely to its merit. Just let the over finish. Nicely done. That is it. 19th over completed. It's 87 for 6.
অরণি, তুমি নিজের চুল সামলাও। গরম ঘাম তোমার চুলের শাইন না নষ্ট করে দেয়।
চুল সামলাবো, শাইনও করব।
সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন 5টি ন্যাচারাল অয়েল ফর্মুলায়, যা গরম হোক কিংবা ঘাম, এটি তোমার চুলে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন।
চুল সামলাবো, শাইনও করব।
এতদিন ধরে আছেন, সম্পর্কটাই তো
এইভাবে কি আর ভাড়া দিয়ে লক করা যায়? বেটার ঘরটাকে লক করুন ইউপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়ালে তৈরি কসমিক উইন্ডো দিয়ে। লক করুন অস্থির দুনিয়া।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছি বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া, আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
Just that, look at that. That could have gone either way. Just so quick with his arm speed. Lights are coming on here at the Zohar Ahmed Chaudhry Stadium as the sun goes along, setting in the west.
And he bowls at a very good pace as well, whether it's his googly or the leg spinner. The batsman doesn't get enough time to go after that ball, whether it's pitched right a bit shorter or not, whether he wants to go back foot or not. The ball will skid through to the right-hander or the left-hander.
Googly coming. Got the slip in almost, and that is something that's not going to make the skipper very happy. I know they don't have the batters who are absolutely dominating, but any easy runs is not the best. 92.4 his slowest, fastest of almost 100. It's just the way they're manipulating the bowling. They're just continuing to pay heed and respect to the good balls, play to the merit. Shows the mindset, the resilience that is required to get over these difficult times. Done all the hard work, steadied the rocking boat. Just need to ensure that they take it to a safe haven. Ah, lovely delivery. He made a forward prod, beaten all ends up.
You really see Rashid Khan bowling that ball a lot slower than his average speed of 94. As we have seen, nothing taking anything away from Rashid Khan, but it's always difficult.
Really gives a lot of air. Gets that purchase off the track, almost gets the edge of the bat. Oops, nicely negotiated. Good work is thrown, and immediately Rashid Khan goes and apologizes. It's a good over. 20 done. 99 for 6.
Housewife নয়, বল হোম মেকার।
এতটুকু একটা কথা নিয়ে
এতটুকুতেই শুরু হয়, শুরুতেই শেষ করতে হয়। নে মুখটা মোচ।
বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু অশুদ্ধতার বিরুদ্ধে এক বিন্দুও ছাড় নয়।
আরে এগুলো কোনো
কথা চলতেই থাকবে, কারণ মাস জুড়ে কল রেটে বাংলালিংক কি সেরা। 47 পয়সা মিনিট, 109 টাকা রিচার্জে।
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য তো টাকা জমাইতেই হইব, তাই টাকা জমাইতেছি আইডিএলসিতে বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া।
বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়ে আইডিএলসিতে টাকা জমবে, বাড়বে নিরাপদে।
They say when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. At the moment, it's tough going for Bangladesh. No question about that. But two men in the middle, Mehdi Hasan Miraj and Afif Hussain, has added 44 of 52. They still need 127 of 30 overs. Problem is the wicket column. They're putting up a bit of a fight here. Last ball of the last over. Whoa! Straight into the back. I think they must have realized that if you look at the required run rate, it's a long way off, Parvez. It's only 4.26, the required run rate. They're going at 4.41. So if they can handle the pressure the way they have done it so far, let's add another 50 deliveries, let's add another 40 runs. I'll take 30 even without losing a wicket. So things will get a little bit easier. It's still not out of trouble. But you need to play smart cricket, sensible cricket. Good evening, Parvez.
Good evening, Athar Ali Khan. Yes, Bangladesh have been fighting for their lives. Neatly played by Mehdi Hasan Miraj. Not trying to hit too hard, got the placement correctly. The big chase by Quick, saving 2 runs. If I'm the coach or the captain of Bangladesh team, I'll probably send a message out to these youngsters. Just don't look at the scoreboard. Just keep batting. Take it as it comes. As you mentioned, dig it deep, take it deep. In cricket, the bowlers are looking to buy wickets. When they don't get it, most of the time they're going to bowl at taking wickets and going to succumb. So that's what I think these two batters should do. If they do that, at least for about the 38th, 40th over, you never know.
It's a game of glorious uncertainties. It's a funny game. 31 in the last 30 deliveries without losing a wicket. So it's okay so far. So good. As long as they do not lose wickets. Oohs and ahs in the middle. And without taking any unnecessary risk. Maybe in this over they did try to pick up a quick single, but they have picked up another very easy 5 runs. I mean, that's exactly what they want to do in the middle and continue to do so for the next maybe 5, 10, even 15 overs. Again, good batting, good sensible batting. With that single, the 50 partnership comes in. 50 of 58. Bangladesh after 21 are 95 for 6.
Honda X-Blade, Street All-Rounder.
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছে বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
Partnership of 50 in 58, both featured recently for the same team for Chattogram Challenges in the Bangabandhu BPL 2022. So they would know a thing or two about how to do their job. Came under tremendous amount of pressure when they were 6 down for 45. But since then they've played some smart cricket. I said earlier, still a very long way to go. Gulbadan Naib from the Spahani end is the new bowler. Sixth bowler. And you can actually frustrate the opposition if you continue to do what you've done so far in this partnership. It's been a fight back and it needs to continue.
Right on the money of the Naib. That's what Mohammad Nabi needs from this experienced bowler. Feel some dot deliveries. Sadi Ostam again chasing by Medin Misaz, keeping a bit low. Gurbaza taking in the first bound as you see the sun setting. Beautiful shot in and around Chattogram. A beautiful sight, beautiful food, beautiful place. Love being here.
Yeah, remember we came from the airport and we went through the Marine Drive and we also saw the Zahur Ahmed Chaudhary Stadium, Chattogram. While on that drive, saw the sunset. It was stunning. Inside edge. Running the first one hard. Just putting a bit of a pressure on the fielder in the deep, but it's only a single. Now have a look at the port city of Chattogram. Lovely, isn't it? Nice, down right next to the stadium. Some really good facilities around.
I mentioned about the facilities in around. We're just watching next door the academy ground, a cricket match going on there. It seems serious talent over there. Just goes to show infrastructure around this part of the world. So magnificent. The players coming through. Identifying those players and bringing it to the next level. That's where the administration comes in. I think Bangladesh cricket is in the right part, with players flooding through and the good ones making to the top. Just outside the Ostam. Some movement. And infrastructure like BPL, the DPLs, giving so much opportunity for these youngsters. Given away. And players like Afif Hussain, Mehdi Hassan Miraz coming through the system. And this is what you play for. When the chips are down, this is what you can show what you're made of.
Yeah, if you can bring the best out of yourself under pressure, then you start to show serious character. Bangladesh at the moment in search of serious character. Certainly this partnership is looking good. Slip in place is coming round the wicket. So the change of angles. And it's fine, absolutely fine. A new bowler comes in, you have a look. Have a look what the ball is doing off the surface. Because there is still movement.
Definitely these two youngsters have good head on their shoulders, whether in the storm initially and just going through the motions now.
Well, he will need to do a bowl that one more time. Yeah, when a new bowler do come in, You need to, even if you've batted for a while, you still have to have a closer look what he is trying to do. Shot. Really good piece of timing there. That's what he's capable of. Hafiz Hussain taking up a boundary to finish the over. And also brings up the 100 for Bangladesh. 101 for 6.
কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে ম্যাঙ্গো স্ট্রবেরি আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ ফ্রুটফিল আসল মজা ভেতরে কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে স্ট্রবেরি ম্যাঙ্গো আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ ফ্রুটফিল আসল মজা ভেতরে
ভিম স্মার্ট লিকুইড দেয় একদম ঝকঝকে থালা বাসন
স্মার্ট কেন হব না
Have a look at the green worm. It just climbed on top of the red worm. At this stage, Afghanistan was 79 for 3. Bangladesh 101 for 6. In terms of runs, they were 80 for 3 with that delivery.
Was smashed. Not only that, found the gap as well. This is what the two youngsters got to be waiting for. Anything loose, make sure you put on. Put it away for a boundary and then try and work those singles. Be in the game. So far, it's been brilliant. The previous boundary bringing up the 100 as well.
Yeah, the job not done yet. Even though you've picked up 56 of 67, the partnership, what you need to do is get close to the target. Especially this pair, if they can get really close to the target, then things might just go in favor of Bangladesh. Afghanistan will be hoping to break this partnership. Mohammad Nabi, more than capable of. So the rest of the bowlers, they've been very impressive. They've been brilliant with the ball.
This is where the experience comes in. How many times these youngsters have finished off games in first class level? What are the experience like doing it? And then bring those same materialism to the international cricket as well. As far as I see, these two youngsters have got everything what international cricket demands to finish off a game. End of the 23rd, Bangladesh 102 for 6.
ব্যালেন্স রিচার্জ করতে দোকানে যেতে হবে কেন গ্রামীণ ফোনের রিচার্জের দোকান তো এখন মোবাইলে যখন যেখানে খুশি মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে রিচার্জ করা যায় খুব সহজেই সাথে ক্যাশব্যাকও পাওয়া যায়
Beautiful sight that is, the Zahoor Ahmed Chaudhary Stadium, the drone shot. Bangladesh are putting up a fight. They need 114 in 27 overs. Kulmadin was hit for a boundary at the last ball of his last over. Again chasing a wide delivery, maybe, just maybe thinking there's no slip in place. Slashing, dangerous shot to play. If he gets out, trouble.
I just thought Adarbhai was there to be hit. It's way outside the off stump, in the back foot, not in the front foot. There's some movement. That's what keeps the fast bowlers interested. 6 bowlers been used. Still, I don't think Mohammad Nabi trust will have the Nabi, the slip fielder. That means either short mid-wicket has to come. Probably slip fielder. You don't want to do it. You want to bowl wicket to wicket and contain the batsman. Shot. Just find the fall. Field at cover point. Anything short in this pitch have gone the batsman's way.
Yeah, another very good shot. Wow. Have a look at this for Rez Maharouf. Sunsetting. Still maybe 30-40 minutes for that.
What a sight and what a company to be, Atharba. I'm with you.
And say the same. It's a pleasure to be with you in the comm box. Good to see you back in Bangladesh. Oh, what a sight. This is stunning, isn't it? Wow. Right. Showing the grit and determination. Afif and Mehdi Hassan Miraj.
Yeah, good line. I like this by Gulabdin Naib coming around the wicket, changing the angle to the left-hander. 112 runs need in 26.3 overs. Right back so far by these two youngsters trying to make a name for themselves in international cricket. 35 of 42 and 26 of 41 respectively. Back of the length. Good technique shown by Mehdi Hassan so far. Again, especially fast bowlers. Got the names clocking 130 kilometers per hour. Decent gas.
Just 24 years of age, Mehdi Hassan Miraj. And I think 22 years of age, Afif Hussain. Trying to make a good statement with the bat. And you talk about transitional period. You talk about the youngsters taking over this senior role. Big boots to fill. But when you do get an opportunity, you've got to make it count. I think this is a great opportunity. No matter what the result is, one team will win in the end. But to see the fight that we have seen already from these two youngsters shows the kind of talent that Bangladesh possesses. Especially I'm talking about the young talent who can go and have a very long future in international cricket. 105 for 6.
পোলাটার ভবিষ্যতের জন্য টাকা জমাইতেছি বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া আইডিএলসিতে নিরাপদে।
It's been a good partnership. Bangladesh were tottering at 45 for 6 since then. Two batters in the middle. Mehdi Hassan Miraj and Afif Hussain has done wonderfully well. Job not yet done. But they're still in the middle. They've raised the hopes for Bangladesh. And that's the partnership. 16 in 77. They've worked it around quite nicely all around. Couple of boundaries, a 6 also. But important that they had managed to go and rotate the strike. I think that has been the key feature. Look at the number of ones they've picked up. Quite a few, haven't they? Yeah, it's been good. It's been very good. But they cannot afford to let their guard down. Cannot afford to even play a loose shot. They're going down the track, shouts of catch, it's just one bounce to the fence. Maybe a short lapse of concentration there.
To know what was the message carried in when the water break was happening, not the official water break taken by the batsman. Straight away, first delivery. Young man coming down the track, possibly trying to go straight down the ground, mid-off up, a huge gap in the side screen, dragging it towards long on. Yeah, situation demands some decent cricket, some smart cricket, sensible cricket. Can these two batsmen handle the pressure? I think so. Just trust your ability, trust your defense. Eventually, we mentioned about Afghanistan's will feel a bit uncomfortable if a partnership 1 or 2 will come in. Just feel that. Just feel that the initial first few overs, the bubbliness in the field has gone down a little bit.
Just a little bit too close to cut. Straight away, Afif Hussain says, no, I'm not interested. I think the right call.
Very slow by Mohammad Nabi, giving no pace at all to play with for Mohammad Mehdi Hassan Miraj, who is fourth over, just giving away 11 runs. Much slower. Look at that. That's experience for you. Nothing in his arc, nothing in his areas to work the single towards mid-on. Give it shorter and creating that pressure.
Well, he's throwing the bait to Mehdi Hassan Miraj, knowing that there is a mid-off fielder inside the circle. Whether he will take the bait, we'll wait and see. But I think it's also important, if you have that fielder inside the circle on the offside, being an off spinner, why not toss it a little bit up in the air and maybe just outside the off stump. See whether he takes it. This one is a little bit shorter. 107 for 6.
গুড লাক ব্ল্যাক ওপেনের টাংস্টান কার্বাইড টিপ ও বিশেষ কালিদায় পরিষ্কার ও দ্রুত লেখার প্রতিশ্রুতি। গুড লাক ব্ল্যাক ও না লিখে যাবে কোথায়?
Didn't start well. Faruqi featuring in that batting card for Afghanistan. But there's been a bit of partnership put together. 62 of 80 through between Mahedi and Afif. Flick off the pads in the air, in the gap, one bounce four. That's an excellent shot. He moves into the 40s now.
A very good shot from Afif Hussain. Yes, it was on the pads, but still there were two fielders out there. But he split them both. Didn't try to overhit it. Nice placement as well. It was in the air for a while. Just one bounce. Boundary of the first ball of the over. The pressure will start to mount to the bowler. Yeah, confirmation from the umpire.
Just for a moment here, I think the batters that have come and gone are looking at what these two young men have done in terms of a partnership. And when you nullify some of these Afghanistan bowlers, you can put pressure on them. And they've just been able to wrestle a very difficult situation to make it look slightly better for Bangladesh. So leading edge over cover, looking for a second, and they decide against it. So for just a moment, the men that have come and gone will look at this partnership and think, what if we didn't lose as many as this? And this is how they've mustered their runs.
Both the batsmen played some delightful strokes. Those were proper cricketing shots from Mehdi Hassan Miraj, and Afif Hussain also played that full shot to perfection. That was really good shot from Afif Hussain, using the pace of the bat bowler. It's a very good partnership going on, but still a long, long way to go.
Yeah, I think psychologically, once they get to 116 or 117, then it just changes to double figures now that they're chasing. The balls, look at how many balls they still have in hand, 147. So just in the back of their mind, they'll be thinking, well, are we at 50% yet? Have we done half the work yet? I think maybe 40%. I still think there's still a long way for them to go. But they're doing it really well. You can see the communication and the discussion is also quite of an understanding of what they're trying to do.
Again, keeping things calm as well. Afif Hussain may have had a chat with his partner It's okay to give a few dot balls. We need to spend some more time at the crease. Yes, we will lash onto it if there's anything offered. But by the time we need to stay at the crease for another 10 overs at least. Maybe they need to finish the game as well if Bangladesh really wants to win this game.
And before, he's missed out on a couple occasions. Wasn't getting his body in a good position. This time he does. The man at backward point has no chance because he has put this away. 9 off the over, 116 for 6.
সন্তানের সুস্থতার জন্য বসুন্ধরা ডায়ার ব্যান্ড ওর ভালোর জন্য।
.215 after winning the toss and wanting to bat first, Afghanistan. Bangladesh were 45 for 6 and now 116 for 6.
Boundary of the previous over. Medasan Miraj has picked that spot really well today. Played at least 3 boundaries from that region.
He's played it well. Yeah, a little bit of a misfield, but they'll grab those runs with both hands. So now the journey to try and get these next 100 runs, nothing changes, Maza. What they've done now, they need to continue. They need to just continue to take a ball at a time. They've kept up with the required run rate, which has always been around that 4.3. That has never had any pressure. It's the wickets that have fallen that have created the pressure. But now they have a little bit of momentum that they themselves can create into bigger things. So for these two young men, they could really do something special here for Bangladesh. Afghanistan, we'll talk about them in a short while. Maiden over, 116 for 6. Comparison, Afghanistan were 98 for 3, Bangladesh 116 for 6. I did mention just before that over ended and before we went to the break that now we perhaps need to turn our attention to Afghanistan because these two young men have really blunted their attack. They've looked so good and such control that now the question is posed, what can Afghanistan do? And what they've done, they brought back Mujib.
He will come up with something special again. Coming into his 6th over, picked up the wicket and gave away just 15 runs. Again, very good ball from Mujibur Rahman. From batsman's point of view, I think it's important for both the batsmen to keep their heads down, keep the ego aside as a batsman. Yes, you are set, but at the same time, you need to look at those scoreboard, picking those runs, and also defend, whether it's on the wicket, on the stumps. Respect those good deliveries as well.
He's still got 5 overs, Rashid Khan. Farooqi, the chief destroyer, 4 for 19. He's still got 5. Mujib has just started his 6. Nabi's got 5. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that one he didn't pick.
Need to be really careful, Afif Hussain. Spun in and came in sharply. Caught him in surprise.
Their appeal. But I doubt there'll be anything doing there. Now, Bangladesh need 99. So that's a psychological boost for them that they've been able to just now push it down to double figures. Oh, is that a chance? He gets a hand to it, but there's too much bat and it runs away for 4. 28 gone, it's 121 for 6. That's an incredible picture. Those are the diverse colours against the set over the bay. Mind you, yeah, we're in the port city of Chattogram. 95 required off 132. It's intentionally played. No, there's no chance there. That's really, really good shot.
Bangladesh need 95 of 132. Partnership started to go on and reach 76 of 101 balls. I like the body language and attitude from both the batsmen. They never looked restless. They tried to keep things calm and collective as well.
I think there is more and more belief now flowing through the veins of these two young batters. Their approach up to this point has been phenomenal. Resolute decision making and option taking has been very good as well. So I did mention for a moment now, you look at Afghanistan and think, well, if Faruqi doesn't get those 4 wickets and we're in this sort of position trying to defend 115, that will run away. They'll be looking for a brace and they will pick up the second comfortably. Then you start thinking to yourself, well, are our bowlers that good? If Bangladesh doesn't, get rattled by those early wickets, they seemed quite subdued in the field, Afghanistan. So they've got to try and make something happen.
But at the moment, both the batsmen looking really comfortable. 5 runs of the over so far. Not a boundary been scored, but still they managed to rotate the strike. Picked up a couple. That will ease the batsman out there.
.29 gone, 126 for 6. Required of 126. has come about, that equation, because of a partnership of 81 in Mahedi and Afif. That's really well played. That's clever cricket.
Miraj was really good on his back foot throughout this inning so far. Whenever there was short, a little bit of short, quick, he would jump onto the back foot. Whether striking for boundaries or look for those odd singles, he was equal to the task.
Afif has looked so cool, calm and collected at the crease. Has been an expression of concern. He just has gone about his business in a very calm manner. Again, he'll probably be looking at Mujib and thinking, well, he does pose a threat. If I don't get runs off this over, it's okay. As long as I am still here at the end, if I take this game as deep as possible.
That's very sensible as well. As a batsman, when you are on his 46, 47, you tend to go after the bowler and look for the score, those 50. And that's very well played. Played that late again. He'll get a couple as well.
A late decision just to open the face of the bat because of the length, and able to pick up 2. Pick up a single to end the 30th. That's 130 for 6.
Sense of calm as we look down at the Zohar Ahmed Chaudhary Stadium, and that's what these two in the middle need to be. 85, the partnership. They're just edging closer and closer, chipping away at the target, brings in one of the best bowlers of spin wizardry of Rashid Khan. 1 for 17 in his first 5 overs. Just a need to be sensible in the approach. Play the ball to its merit. All the hard work has been done. Mahedi and Afif. There is a little pause in play for as the two umpires have a little bit of a chat regarding something, and gives me an opportunity to say a very good evening to Farwez Maroof.
Good evening, Shamim. As we see the two umpires was concerned about something, probably the lights, ensure everything comes in, and we take a drinks break as we saw the umpires signaling towards the call for drinks. We'll come back to the game in a few moments.
But a lovely sunset here at Chattogram. Beautiful view as the sun goes down. The cricket gets exciting. But really enjoyed a very topsy-turvy game. Low scoring match but full of excitement. Waiting for the natural light of the sun to diminish and the floodlights in the ground to just come to full power before we complete this drinks interval. But all to play for Bangladesh with this partnership between Mehdi Hasan Miraj and Afif Hussain. 85 of 113. All the tough work has been done. And just a question, Farvez, of taking the ship to a safe harbour.
I would say initial weather was a bit stormy. Now it's about cruising. The tough work has to be continued. Be never easy with the bowling attack, comprising the Rashid Khans, the Mujibur Rahmans, the Mohammad Nabis, the Faroukis. It's not really easy, but the two youngsters, the patience they've shown, the resilience they've shown, and this is what we're talking about up front. 6 wickets, starting with Lishan Das, inside edge, reviewed, overturned. Tamim Iqbal was plumb in front, reviewed again, given not out on field. Mushfiqur Rahim, that was plumb in front, ball swung him back in. The debutant Yasir Ali had no clue. And a big one, Shakib Al Hassan and Mahmoud Al Riyad going in consecutive overs almost. Rashid Khan and Mujibur Rahman doing the job. So far, I think these two youngsters have got everything what it takes to finish off, but it needs mental toughness. As you see the match summary, Afghanistan winning the toss, batting first, 215 all out in 49.1 overs. Jubula Zadran, the bulk of the scoring with 67. Mustafizur bowled really well, as well as Shariful picking up 2 wickets each, as well as Shakib and Taskin. In reply, Bangladesh truttering at 130 for 6 after losing 5 wickets in the power play, with the Asif and Mehdi batting on very well on 49 and 39, 38 respectively.
I wonder when Fazil Haq Farooqi is going to be brought in. He's been the revelation. He's the one who broke the back initially with those 4 wickets. So maybe the captain will be pondering as evening sets in, maybe a little bit of movement in the evening air. They all seem very relaxed after that torrid start for Bangladesh. The youngsters, Mehdi Hasan Miraj, Afif Hussain, have been very resolute in their defence, very enterprising in their attacks. The Ismani ODI series powered by Walton, the second one-day international, is going to be held here between Bangladesh and Afghanistan on the 25th of February. Game starts at 11, but we come on air at 10:50 a.m. We look forward to your company for that one. But before that, we want a continuation of this one. Little pause in play as the lights come on to full power. Gamer Siddons, the batting coach, he will be wondering what happened initially, but he will be pleased with what has been achieved later on through some resilience from these two.
We was wondering why the side delays. That's why it's waiting until the floodlights takes the full control. As we wait, Bangladesh need 86 runs from 120 deliveries exactly. With Afif on 49 not out and Mehdi Hasan Miraj on 38 not out.
Interesting, if you look at the comparison of the two teams, and it was 113 for 4 to Afghanistan. It's 130 for 6. So things are narrowing down. But as things narrow down, it's also time for us to take a little bit of a break, and we hope you can come back to the game very shortly.
বসন্ত বাতাসে ক্রিকেট উত্তেজনার গন্ধ। টাইগার টেরায় টি-20 মাস্টার ক্লাস টিম আফগানিস্তান। ওয়ানডে বাহাদুরদের শর্টার ফরম্যাটে ধরাশায়ী করেছে রশিদ মুজিবরা। ঘরের মাঠে দিয়েছে লাল বলের ক্ষত। এবার রিয়াদ তামিমদের সামনে হোম ভেন্যুতে জবাব দেওয়ার মঞ্চ। বাংলাদেশ আফগানিস্তান 3 ওয়ানডে 2 টি-20